Welcome to another Friends Like Us review and preview of my podcast. I'm Marina Franklin, and this is
Evelyn Frick.
Hi,
Hello.
Evelyn. So we're here on another Saturday. It's already it's fall. It's fall.
I am very chilly like all the time now, hence the turtleneck that I'm
Yeah, I
wearing
know. I
here.
gotta get you a hoodie. It's
Yeah, I would love that.
hoodie season.
It really is. I'm wearing a hoodie or a sweater like every day now.
I gotta get you our hoodie. I'm gonna send you one.
Yeah, I love that.
I gotta get you a black one, maybe, to change
Ooh.
it up. I gotta
Yeah.
get more hoodies too. Yeah. Someone actually asked why we're wearing like uniforms. I was like, no, it's the merch from the podcast.
Yeah. We're trying to inspire people to get it. Uniforms. That's funny.
Yeah. So how was your day? How was your week?
My week has been very good. I've been really busy with my job doing a lot of I have a lot of interviews for
Ooh.
profiles that I'm doing. Yeah, actually yesterday I interviewed Alex Edelman, who told me to
Oh,
tell
I
you to
know
say
Alex.
hello. Yeah.
I love Alex.
Yeah, he's fun. He has a show opening in a few weeks. So I was talking to him about that and being Jewish. And very lovely. I'd seen his comedy, but I'd never met him before, so that was very fun. And then on Monday, I am interviewing Dr. Ruth.
What?
Yeah, I know. Very interestingly, there's a play opening about her with the actress Tova Feldsha, like playing her. So it's kind of like it'll be like a fly on the wall. Like I'm going to watch Dr. Ruth, or like Tova Feldsha kind of like learn Dr. Ruth's mannerisms, and just like kind of chat. So I'll just be there as a fly on the wall. So yeah, very exciting stuff. Very cool. I am excited. The interview yesterday was very lovely. So I'll have a piece coming out about that in a few weeks, and then the Dr. Ruth piece will probably come out in the next few weeks as well. So I've been very busy, but all good stuff.
So let me ask you, when you do interviews, because I know like when I interview, I'm always thinking, oh my God, like I hope I'm asking the right questions. Like
Yeah,
how do you prepare for an interview?
yeah. I mean, it's a very good good question because I've only really like started doing interviews like a month ago. I mean, I really just kind of do as much research into them as possible.
Mhm.
For like Alex, I just kind of watched like all like I'd seen it before, but I really kind of like watched all the clips of his that were online, really kind of anything that I can find. And then for the publication that I work for, it's like a Jewish young kind of publication. So the angle of the interview is always going to be like talk about your Jewishness and like how you like identify, or like the like specifically for Alex's show. The kind of through line of his piece is about how a few years ago he went to a meeting of white nationalists.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
yeah, and like I think he said like 2017, and just kind of like was there. I mean, he didn't give me a lot of details because the show is forthcoming, but yeah, just kind of his experience doing that. So like for a Jewish publication, it's like that's very what we're interested in. Like, what was your experience doing that as a Jewish person? But yeah, I my greatest fear is like going into an interview and feeling like not prepared enough.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So I really just kind of try to absorb as much information as possible about the person before sitting down.
Did you learn anything from friends like us?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I
I
mean,
will,
like,
yeah, because
the
I'll
whole,
tell
like
you one of the things I do all the time is I ask the questions I really wanna know the answer to.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah,
sometimes you have questions that you wanna ask, that you have to ask
yeah, yeah,
to
exactly.
promote them. But then there's questions that you really wanna know, and
Yeah.
that's the best way to do it. I learned that from when I was in Miami,
Mhm.
Florida. I did a TV show, a news show for a while there, and this guy forget his name, but
Mhm.
it was like their late night news or something, and they wanted to
Yeah.
do like fun segments. And I did this with Giannis Pappas,
Oh,
and
sure.
I remember the other news anchor. He said, "I never ask questions that like I don't feel passionate about," and I was like, "Oh,
Mm. Yeah, that's important. I think something also I gleaned from, like, listening to a lot of friends like us is I think you're really good at getting guests to be, like, comfortable. And so it's like I think it's always, like, really important for me because also, like, when the guests are comfortable, you're gonna get more interesting answers and more information, to be honest. So
mm-hmm.
I think you're very good at kind of, like, with guests that, you know, have never been on the show, just kind of, like, easing into it, and
I just
being
suckered you into giving me a compliment. Do you see what I did there?"
yeah, absolutely, absolutely willing to do that. But yeah, no, it's I think listening, to other people, like, interview, others, like, is a really good way to learn how to interview. So yeah, no, I've definitely learned a lot from friends like us and how to do that.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, it's, someone did tell me, they were like, "I don't know how you get me to say things, but you get me to say things." But I learned that from theater. That's my theater
Yeah.
experience. I would like to say hello to some of our friends here while we're at it. Tamara, I have not seen you in a while.
Yeah, it has been a little bit.
We've missed you. And hello, Maurice Overton. How are you? Where are you? Where are you? Is this the Maurice? And where are you like writing us from? Because I don't think I've
Yeah.
seen you here before. And also hello to Renardo Hunter. You guys are early and I
Yeah.
love it.
Mhm.
I just love it. So welcome to this very cold, well, I guess it's not very cold. Let's not say very
Mm,
cold, but it is a chilly New York Saturday.
yes.
I always ask Evelyn up front what she's doing because if she doesn't, Juskow will talk over you.
I know. I am interested to hear I do wanna tell him, that I'm interviewing Dr. Ruth because I think he will get a kick out of that and have a very large reaction, but yes, I
Oh,
agree.
yes, yes, yes. And he's not here yet, which is interesting. I know what
Interesting.
he's up to.
Yeah, what
Uh,
could he possibly be doing?
Nothing.
That's
It's
true.
so funny because every night, every weekend for the past 3 weekends at the cellar, his name comes up, and Colin Quinn gets really upset. Not to be
Yeah.
dropping names, but I do know Colin. Colin's always like, "Why are we always talking about Juskow? I don't understand it." Oh,
That's so
Tamara
funny.
loves this weather.
Mm.
It is pretty. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, everybody, but these are the marigolds.
They're so pretty.
I didn't really understand what marigolds were about. The guy had a whole bunch of them last week, and everyone was getting them really fast, and I was like, "I guess I
Yeah.
should be a part." But they are really pretty, the color,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah, I don't have any flowers in my we didn't go to the farmer's market this morning because we wanted to sleep in, but
Oh, yeah, I wanted to sleep in too.
yeah.
Um, and I also okay, so we have Washington, D.C. in the house. Hello,
Ooh,
Anthony Evans and
hello.
Ferdosha. I hope I said that right. I feel like I did. Louisiana.
Wow.
Sorry if I didn't say it right. I sometimes I can't read things right. Um, and hey. But yeah, I wanted to sleep in so bad. I didn't even get a lot of vegetables today because last week I got all these vegetables and I had like a sinus infection or something.
Uh,
Hopefully it's not COVID. I doubt it.
yeah.
But I just could not like eat. I had
Yeah.
like lentil soups and stuff like that. The weather change always does this to my sinuses. I don't know about
Oh,
you,
yeah. It does to mine too.
but I get like kind of like, and then they just turn the heat on in New York
Mm.
apartments. Your heater, for those of you that don't know, in New York, we have no control over the heat.
Yeah.
So they turn it on and it's been sitting there with dust accumulating for a whole year. And then
Yeah.
they blast it. And then it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you get all the the hot dust.
Yeah, all of it, and it's just like, oh god, immediately your sinuses get dried out and stuff. So I always have to like remember this time of year and get everything like organized, like my humidifier,
Yeah.
dust everything off, and daylight savings time is coming up.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, it's gonna be so dark.
Do you remember during when we were shut in? That was
Yeah.
like, I felt like a farmer. You remember that moment? You were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no!"
Yeah. Yeah, honestly. Like, yeah, there was nothing to do. It was dark and cold, and you couldn't see any of your friends. Oh, man.
Yeah, Bernardo, the old radiator heaters in New York apartments. I think our friend David Saint Juskow is here. I don't know why he's here, but as David Saint Juskow.
Interesting.
But Andrew, oh wow, Kenya, wow,
Yeah.
Nairobi. Ooh, hello, welcome,
Welcome.
all the way from Kenya.
Hello.
All right, Eric Prince, Harlem is in the house.
Hello.
And I just want you guys to all notice that I am wearing, and Evelyn, we're both wearing our merchandise. I sometimes mention
Yeah.
it, I forget sometimes, but it's hoodie season. Get your
It is.
hoodies,
Yeah.
okay? And see, Evelyn has a t-shirt on with the turtleneck underneath. So
Yeah,
there it is.
you can still wear t-shirts, just layer.
All right, so you ready to let this
Yeah.
the man of the hour,
Yeah. I'm ready.
the man in this hour,
Yeah. Only this hour.
the man that forces himself upon this hour.
Mhm.
You guys, welcome David Juskow.
Harlem in the house. What's
Welcome.
up?
Hello.
Welcome, Jusky.
Thank you. I'm really hungover.
I was like thinking you were kind of joining us late today. I was like, where is he? What's he doing?
Oh, I had a lot of trouble.
Oh, tell us what
Putting
happened.
things together. Oh, I met these cousins that I haven't seen in years, and they came to town. And then I went to I met them at Carmine's, and I started drinking. And then I had to go to a charity event last night for John Ritter, who's dead.
Oh,
I'm friendly with his widow, his wife, Amy Yazbek.
really?
And I help with their charity, which is to give awareness to what John Ritter was misdiagnosed with, which is like an aortic aneurysm. So I went to this I go every year and I help them put it together. So I went, and then I drank a lot then. And then my cousins, I couldn't even believe it. I do a Billy Joel podcast, Billy Joel A to Z.
He was here on
And my
Friday, right?
cousins invited me. They're like, "Oh, we have an extra ticket." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me. I couldn't
I
get out
saw
of the
that
charity
today.
event." And the worst part was I was walking from Carmine's to, it was at Tao, down in 18th Street and 9th Avenue.
Yes.
I walked right past MSG, like Madison
Wow.
Square Garden. I was so angry. I was like, "Oh my God, it's just, they're throwing it in my face." And
I
then
saw it on the news and I thought this Juskow had to be there.
no, I couldn't go. The charity event
Wow.
was very important. But so who did I sit with all night? Is Larry from Three's Company, my friend Richard Klein. So then it makes it a perfect evening.
Now,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah.
And look how happy he is.
Oh, it was really fun. I mean, that guy, being friends with Larry Dallas in this lifetime, really, all I need to do now is meet Lee Majors, who is the $6 million man. And really, that's
Mhm.
pretty much it for me. I think I've done it all.
He's still alive?
He's still alive. I think he's 90.
90? Wow.
So that, I don't think there's anyone else I need to meet.
That's
I was
really
kidding,
sad when
but
you get to an age where they're like, are they still alive?
5, yeah.
people say that about me. All that my cousins were like, "Oh, I didn't know you were still alive. We haven't seen each other in a long time."
Oh my
Meanwhile,
god.
the girl cousin, I was like, "You don't remember me, do you?" Like when I came to visit you at Cornell and you were really mean to me. And she's like, "No, I don't remember." How could you not remember? I've been waiting to tell you off for 40 years.
You've
I went to
held
go
on to
visit her.
that.
She was a freshman. I was a sophomore, and I went to Ithaca College, and she was really snobby to me. And she's like, she didn't even care. She wasn't even apologizing. You had to respect it.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought I was going to call her, and I thought she was going to be like, "I am so sorry," but she wasn't. And then when I saw her later and she was drunk, she explained why she was like that, which was kind of cool.
Oh,
But we
that
kept
is
drinking all night. It was really fun. We did shots. Their kids came. And then at this bar, where it was right next to MSG, they just started playing Billy Joel because they know their audience. They know everybody from the Garden was there, so it was really, really fun.
Oh, wow.
I felt like I had been to the concert.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's kind of like you did in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I was shots, beer, scotch, and vodka. I combined everything.
Be careful.
Wow, that's
What are you
a
talking about? What the hell's the matter with you?
all
Careful.
combined. That sounds very gross.
No, it was okay. Because I can't open with beer because it makes me go to the bathroom. I
Mm.
pee. That sounds weird in every way.
What? Oh, you sound like you're from Europe. I have to go
No.
to the toilet. Does anyone know what the toilet is?
No, I think they say the loo.
No, they say
They
toilet
say toilet.
sometimes.
It's weird.
Oh, they do.
They go right for the.
And what you? So when I was walking down to the MSG, that's when you sent me the text about Lois. It was so
Oh yeah,
funny,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that made me laugh.
Oh, yeah. It was weird because I showed her a text and I was afraid she was gonna see that text that I sent you, but she knows.
Why
She
would she
came.
say? Yeah, what does she care?
She doesn't care.
It's
She
not like
knows.
we do it behind her back.
She said it at the cellar last night. You were again a conversation at the cellar last night.
Oh, by the way, did you hear? I think I told you what happened with Colin last week. Yeah, I
Oh
did. Right,
yeah,
yeah,
his email
right.
from
With
Love
that he
Actually.
was so angry about the Love Actually, my love of Love Actually. Meanwhile, he knows it better than I do. He's
And
like,
she wasn't.
yeah, I might know it, but it doesn't mean that you should like it.
You're not the only one that he went in on.
Oh,
He also went on who's the guy
Joe Mackey,
that no that's with Sarah.
Evelyn Frick,
No,
Rory Albanese.
Rory. He went in on Rory because Rory tried to say that oh God, what's his name was not Irish. He said he was Scottish. One of the James Bonds, I think.
Oh, Daniel
Oh.
Craig. Oh no, you're talking about that's true. Sean Connery.
No, it's not Sean Connery.
But
Oh,
he
Pierce
was
Brosnan?
Scottish.
I think it's Pierce Bronson. I'm messing up the story. But anyway, it was someone that Rory thought was Irish or
I don't
no,
think he's
Scottish.
ever been an Irish. Yeah, Sean Connery was Scottish.
It's not Sean Connery. It was someone that Rory was like, he's Scottish. And then Colin
Maybe it was
looked.
Timothy Dalton.
I think yes.
Hmm.
And Colin looked at Lois and she said, he said, get him, Lois, get him. And Lois, without skipping a beat, because you know how she's, well, I'll tell you, he's gonna come from. He comes from Ireland. He has a proper father. His father is, and she just listed all
Talking
the
about
Irish
Timothy
stuff.
Dalton, that he was Irish.
I believe it was Timothy Dalton. I hope it sounds like that's who it is. I could text her right
And
now.
then
You know,
she'll-
she'll text me
Lois
right
just
back.
goes, the problem with Timothy Dalton is he has a very sordid past of cancer and cancer treatments for his entire family.
I got so many texts this week. I got a video of a woman whose cancer returned. I got something about a cousin.
I told you what happened.
Whose cousin is not feeling well.
From Lois. But I think not to bring it down again. Did I tell you last week that my neighbor, her cancer came back?
No.
I tell you, I was walking into, I helped her with some unemployment stuff this year, and she was going to Venice. Did I tell you the story? And she went to Venice and she says, what can I bring you back? Because you're doing me a big favor. I've known her in the building for years. And I said, just bring me back one of those gondolier hats. I think that's what they're called, right? Gondola hats or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't bring it back. She just bought me some chocolate. And I'm like, where's the gondolier hat? She goes, you were serious? I'm like, you asked me what I want from Venice, and then I told you, and you don't even bring it. So I was pretty upset about it. And then I saw her last Thursday, and she goes, oh, my cancer came back. Because I know she was fighting. My chemo treatments are starting again. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. If you need anything, let me know, because I'm home all the time and you have my number. But I didn't want to say anything. But I think if you had bought me that gondolier hat, none of this.
Juskow. Unbelievable.
Well,
Unbelievable.
I said there's thing of karma, and I
Kick
wouldn't
her
have
while she's
mentioned it,
down.
but I totally did say it, and it was really funny. I think.
Well, I text Lois. I'm sure she'll text me right back who it is. But it was so funny because not only did Colin tell Lois to get him because he was wrong, Colin then sent him, and Rory started a story about how that next day Colin sent a whole list of reasons why he was wrong. So you're not the only one that he emailed.
Yeah, but it's exciting to, be emailed with an angry Colin Quinn. I mean, that's like a rite of passage in a way. Rory should be thrilled. Meanwhile, I saw Rory on Thursday because we saw a reading of Sarah Silverman's new play.
Oh, you were there. Okay,
called
good,
The Bedwetter. It was
I heard that it was
fantastic.
I heard it's amazing.
Yeah, well, the best is, there's an 11-year-old girl who's the lead, and she's, I told my sister, and I'm like, I'm sorry I was always mean to my nieces and your kids, but they stink. This girl is unbelievable, and that's the problem. I'm such a snob, a Broadway snob. These 11-year-olds are so terrific that when you go to see a stupid high school or junior high, you're like, you guys are awful. Because you could be doing. There is good 11-year-olds. The kids in the show were amazing. Rick Chrome was in it. He was terrific.
I heard he was. They were talking about it last night. Wait, before we go into it though, I want to deal with this because Stace, sorry for covering your face, Juskow, but not really.
Okay. I know you like
Stace Williams says from the Not That It Matters department, it turns out that Timothy Dalton was born in Wales. But this is what Lois has cleared up, Stace. He's not Welsh. It's Welsh, not Scottish. His dad was English, his mom was American with Irish and Italian heritage. But Lois will break it down to you that he's Irish. That was the whole thing.
There's ever been an Irish James Bond. I don't think Daniel Craig is Irish.
No, I don't think so.
But Timothy Dalton, as Lois broke down very clear to everyone, and then Colin followed it up.
Actually, they just said Pierce Brosnan is Irish. In fact, it says, you look up Pierce Brosnan and right in Google, it says Irish actor.
I'm gonna take a picture of what Stace said and send to Lois so she can then come back with a whole paragraph of why Stace, because she went in. I mean, Lois went in about it. Now, I will say, like, Sarah and Rory, they were at the cellar last night talking about it, and they said that Rick Chrome was I didn't know he was like, they said it just blew them away.
Yeah, he was good. But she was, I was up for that part too.
I know that's the reason you're not really coming in on this, right?
That's right.
Let me ask you something. Was there a part of you that like wanted him to be okay, and then when you saw how good he was, did you let it go?
No, I love Rick. So, I mean, I didn't have a problem with it in the first place. And I thought it was terrific. And I can rise above something like that because I just like, theater, and I like Rick, and I want Sarah to do well. So, it's no big deal. I mean, Rick has been on Broadway. He was the right choice. He's a Broadway guy. He's been on multiple Broadway shows already. And I didn't even know I was in the running. She texted me 2 Novembers ago and said, hey, we went with Rick instead. And it's just that we needed somebody older. And I don't think of you as older. I'm like, I didn't even know I was in the running. That's terrific.
It's so good that she didn't think of you as older, though.
I guess I look at it that way. Yeah. She's like, I just don't think of you as like an older guy, which is
Could
nice,
you do something in it, like sweep the floor, like just do a scene where you come
Well, that's the, who's going to clean up all the flowers? Yeah, but it was really entertaining. And
that's awesome.
And then it was great. She texted me. She goes, hey, Dave Juskow, who, wrote Tootsie and stuff, and he took over for, unfortunately, Adam Schlesinger because he's dead. She asked me, like, they're thinking about dumping these 2 songs. What do you think? And I was like, so, but she knows I know a lot about Broadway. So I was like, oh, well, here's the problem with those songs. I didn't like them either, but one progresses the plot. So you kind of need it. You just have to switch the song. And then I used examples. And I think your viewers will be interested. Groundhog Day, the musical. We all know the movie Groundhog Day. So I saw the musical. And they give Nancy Taylor. Nancy Taylor. Remember that girl? He says, like, where did you go to high school? Lincoln. And who's your English teacher? Remember? And he sleeps with her that night. They give her a song, and it's an awful song. And it's like, I'm just a poor girl living in my town. And it's awful. And I said, so what you have there is a Nancy Taylor song, which is completely unnecessary. And they gave Ned Ryerson a song too. And these things did not progress the plot. Remember Ned Ryerson, from Groundhog Day? He got a song, and it was stupid. And so I use those as examples. I'm like, these are not necessary songs. So I love commenting on all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad that she asked me.
Well, Evelyn has an interesting thing that she's doing this week. You want to tell Juskow? She had mentioned it at the top, and she would like you to know.
Yeah, I thought you'd find this interesting. On Monday, I'll be interviewing Dr. Ruth and Philadelphia. Yeah.
And who is the second one?
Tova Felcha.
Oh, Tova Felcha, really?
Yeah, because Tova Felcha is doing. There's a play called Becoming Dr. Ruth, and Tova's playing Dr. Ruth. And so
Oh.
she'll be going over to Dr. Ruth's apartment to learn how to like walk like her, and all that. So I will be
Isn't
there.
that funny? Actors are so stupid. Who gives a shit if you have to walk like Dr.
It's
Ruth, right?
actually it helps the characterization.
No, it doesn't. You can make up your own thing. That's what I would say. Be like, don't you want to know how I walk? No, I'm gonna do it on my own. Don't worry about it.
It's also part of like, you know what we used to do in theater? We used to do animal work. Like sometimes your character is kind of like an animal.
This is
so
why I couldn't go into acting. I know those things, and they're too embarrassing.
But there are certain, like Leonardo DiCaprio does that all the time. It's the physicality of an animal that sometimes.
My friend is the acting teacher for Leonardo DiCaprio, and he does none of that stuff. Maybe he did early on.
He doesn't teach it, or he doesn't do it himself.
He doesn't do it himself. My friend is the only acting teacher he uses, Larry Moss. And
I know Larry Moss.
So he helped them all through COVID on Zoom with his new part.
Well, they can't really do animal work on Zoom.
Yeah.
No, I know, but it's like I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio at this point needs to do that. That's like an early on technique, don't you think?
No, it's really useful. It kind of frees you up physically for the character.
Well, see what Andrew says. That makes sense. Yeah. It helps character development and immersion.
I think specifically, like, too, with Dr. Ruth, she's so tiny that you definitely need to figure out how to get into that.
I guess, but it's like, that's why I had to get out of theater, let alone the people in theater are awful. But, and I love acting, but I just was like, I don't want to pretend to be a tree. I don't like that technique. I'm just all about just taking a chance, and I'm hoping people are going to like the way I'm doing it. That's the way I always look at it, let alone, again, theater people are awful.
Well, they are, and they're not. I mean, I've grown up with a lot of theater people. I did, I was in The Music Man. Pick a little, talk little, pick a little, talk little, cheat, cheat, cheat. Pick a little, talk, Balzac. So I come from like a strong, like I always did like theater background. But I could never really, I think you're right in this way, Juskow. I could never really just commit to the group of it.
That's the problem. That's the thing. It's like we're not theater people.
Hoity-toity.
Theater people are very cliquey and very mean to others and outsiders, and they're just not a lot of fun. And it's funny because as comedians, we are a clique. But we're hilarious.
Comedians are not like that at all.
No, of course they are, but they're so funny that it's like, it's okay. They're totally like that. But it's like, when you're with the best and everybody's so funny, you just let it go. And when they're picking on people, it's hilarious and it's professional and there's something more different about it. I don't know. But you're right. They're exactly cliquey too. But, theater people think they're funny and they are not.
That's true.
when Bobby Kelly is giving you shit, that's hilarious. Or Colin. Perfect example, right?
Yeah, Colin.
It's an honor being roasted by Jeffrey Ross, the Roastmaster General. I mean, these are things that are like, wow.
Jim Norton always is the best.
Norton, a great example.
Jim Norton,
I just did his show last week.
Jim Norton makes me laugh so hard. Of all, I don't know, it's kind of strange because I'm going to say this, of all the comics, and they're all extremely funny, there's something about Jim, just outside of just his act, in the way he totally rips me apart. It never makes me feel bad. Like Robert can be mean sometimes.
Yes.
And he can he's very funny, but it can hurt you.
Yeah.
Like Jim
it does, yeah.
Actually is so funny. Like Jim always is smiling.
But he's a sweetheart. Yeah, he's a sweet guy.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy. And
rough exterior.
He has seen me in the worst of moments. Like that time that I fell at Amy Schumer's Christmas party.
I never laughed so hard in my life.
Were you there?
Oh, no, I just was thinking about it now.
Evelyn, I flew over it. So she invited us to her house. I think this was the first time any of us had ever been to her house.
Wait, were you sure it was the Christmas or was it Rachel's birthday, like Yom Kippur thing? Because I was there.
No, it was like a holiday party.
We were together on that and we were
it was Rachel's birthday thing.
Yeah, and you fell and I laughed really hard. Remember?
Oh my God, it was horrible.
Well, I was there for that.
Because I turned and I didn't realize there was this thing that was at shin level.
Oh
And Judy
no.
Gold was talking to me, and Judy, you can't really like get away from Judy when she's like really
And you
having
can't
a
see behind her.
conversation.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was like, "Are you listening to me? I'm telling you a story." And then Keith was on the couch. So this is the thing. It was Keith, it was Jim Norton, Gary Goldman, Rachel.
Wasn't
Gary
that the one where
Goldman.
they were showing Keats Star Search that day on the
They were staring, yeah, and yes, and it was Gary Goldman's girlfriend who really didn't like me at the time, and they were all in like sitting like an audience view of my fall. So
Oh
like the
no.
couch was long enough that they were all just like front row for it.
Oh my god.
So when I fell, and because Keith needed me to get him a plate of food because I was trying to help him out, and it was some type of, everyone was like getting hit these crab things. It was really important. And Judy was talking to me. I was like, "Judy, I gotta get this to Keith." And Keith was like, "Bring me my damn food."
I
And
remember that was the first day her husband was her now husband was making the food.
yeah,
That was the first time we met him.
and I
remember that day.
turned with the energy of someone, because Keith had his first stroke,
Mhm.
and I had turned with the energy of, I need to get him his food. And then I did not know that thing was there, and that crab thing went flying,
Oh
and
no.
I went with a thud like on that table. I had this big, awful, bulky yellow sweater on, and I was just laying there, and I just laid there because I didn't want to look up, because it's the worst thing to look up to see comics staring at you.
Really?
And I look up and I see Jim Norton's got like the smile of a toothless baby. And he's just like really happy, and Keith was laughing. And Gary Goldman's girlfriend was she had this big smile, like, yeah. And I was like, and Rachel was like, I don't know what to do. I remember like Judy was like, and Judy made it about her. She was like, I feel like it's my fault. I feel like this is my fault. And Judy's son came and picked up the food. Not me. The food. The plate of food. I was still laying there. Jeff Ross, by the way, to his credit, was the only one, after Jim took a picture of me laying there. Jeff Ross was the only one to pick me up.
Aw.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was so humiliated. Not from pain. I was just humiliated.
Sure.
that he-
No, it's
and
the worst when somebody falls off a chair or something. I mean, I laugh all the time because I always figure if I laugh, you get it over with.
Mhm.
And then you can move on. I feel like I'm doing it as a favor for people.
Oh, it was so fun. Amy,
Have you ever done his show, Jim Norton and Sam?
Well, before I go on, I just want to say Amy
I'm sorry.
came over, and she was like, I just want to ask if you're okay. First of all, like, are you all right? Like, she was really dead serious. She was like, I was like, yeah. She's like, and then I said, yeah, I'm fine. She goes, and then she started back, because it was funny.
Right.
And then Rachel was like, I was like, that wasn't the way. She goes, Marina, no, I cannot join you in this. It was hilarious. There's no reason why you should. Because you just want someone to join you in like how that happened. And Rachel's like, nah, you tripped really bad. You never want to fall at a comedian's party.
No.
It's the worst. But go ahead, Juskow. What were you saying?
No, I was just wondering if you ever did the Jim and Sam show on Sirius. It's super fun.
Oh, I have. It's been a long time. And Jim was saying we need to have you back, but it was a long time that I did it. I remember we talked about, for some reason, I always bring up Butterbean on the show because they talk about sports.
Oh, the
sometimes.
wrestler.
No, the boxer.
Oh, the boxer, Butterbean. Right. Yeah, they do talk about that, right? Yeah, no, I did it last too. It's always fun, I like just, talking.
Speaking
about it,
of, Marcus Fuller was like, I see you doing the boxing training. Yes, Marcus, I am getting back in shape. That's why my back actually hurts today, because I worked out this morning with this. I work out like so much, and I am boxing more and getting my hook and everything, because everything just, after a year, your form goes.
Yeah.
But I'm back, so don't mess with me.
I've seen the videos, and my immediate reaction was, Marina's preparing to go to the farmer's market.
That is so. Oh, the guy was there today, Juskow.
Oh, really?
The smiling guy.
Yeah. that guy, that the black guy that loves everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that has all the questions.
And he was just like, I was like, oh, he's so annoying. Like, I was like, listen, you're not the guy here. I'm the one. But he was just like, he just has this annoying smile.
I don't know. I feel bad for him. But I kind of like him. Like he's. I know what you're saying, but there's also something. I feel sorry for him in a way. I guess I don't know. He seems so adorable.
Oh, he had his bike again.
Yeah,
he was ready with a bunch of questions.
he's just so happy to be there.
He was so happy. I didn't get a lot of vegetables today because I had too many vegetables last week and I didn't get to them in time and they went bad.
Oh,
That's why I never buy them, because I get afraid I'm just never going to eat them. I haven't had a vegetable in about 2 weeks. Oh, on Monday I had celery with my chicken wings. Sorry.
Yeah, you know why they do that?
Why?
To clean you from eating the chicken wings.
Yeah.
That's truth.
I had 25 chicken wings on Monday. I ordered
how many celery sticks?
Probably a dozen. They're
that's
small.
good. You may have
tiny. And they were dipped in blue cheese and hot sauce. So I got 20 medium, 16 extra hot, and then 10 garlic parmesan.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
It was amazing.
So unhealthy. Bonjour, Anthony J. Chong.
Bonjour.
Barker. Bonjour. Comment ça va?
Oui.
No. Comment ça va?
Oui.
And then they're going to answer. I don't know why I'm expecting a response. It's not like they've called in. But I took... Je prends la classe de français pour 2 ans.
Why don't you shut up?
Strong reaction.
How cool is it? Look at all the people from around the world. This is amazing.
I know. Kenya, France,
yeah.
Washington, D.C. Did you see the flowers I got from the farmer's market?
No, they're amazing. I love that you get fresh flowers. And
there's 2 brown things sticking out.
Oh, I didn't notice those.
Yeah, they kind of fade in this background, but it was really funny because I picked them and this woman like kind of got near me. She's like, oh, what are those things that you're getting? I was like, hey, read it, lady. Read it, lady. I'm in my zone here. But they were like, I forget what they're called. The guy told me and I was like, ask the guy, what am I? But they see the long brown stems, but everything's like, orange, and the marigolds have a really good smell to them.
Yeah. I told you, I'm sure I've mentioned this before because it's from James Bond and Timothy Dalton, James Bond, where I've been waiting my whole life to have money and just go to somebody and say fresh flowers every day. He goes to the hotel and that's what he says. Fresh flowers every day, gives him a whole bunch of money. And I dream of that. Fresh flowers every day. There's nothing better than good smelling flowers, right?
Yeah, nothing better. And très bien. Oh, moi aussi. We have some. Look at this. South Africa.
Wow.
Is Pretoria is in the house. I want to go back to South Africa. I had such an amazing time there when I did the Blacks Only show.
That's rude.
Well, it's necessary. But I did it, and I met Winnie Mandela. Did I tell you that?
Wow, cool.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I sure did. I met Winnie Mandela and Zinzi Mandela. Both are, sadly enough, they've passed. But I'm so grateful, honored that I had a chance to meet them.
Yeah.
I remember hugging.
When I met Dweezil Zappa, I felt
not nearly
not the same.
No, Winnie Mandela. When I met her, she hugged me and she said, "Welcome home."
Oh,
that's lovely.
Which no one else from South Africa said to me. Everyone else was like, "You're from Chicago."
Oh, that's great! Wow, that's exciting. Really exciting.
That's story.
Mm-hmm. Now to make my I have to go to Israel. I have to make my trip.
Wait, I have to go too. Should we go together?
Did you never make a trip there?
I've never been there. And my cousin started that birthright for, if you're under 26.
Well, started birthright?
She started birthright. Now this is my cousin, her brother owns the New Jersey Devils, right? And she started birthright. So it's like, and then like, what did you and your sister do? Oh, well, nothing. It's embarrassing for us. That's
crazy.
Apparently, I am awesome.
I think you get a free. It's birthright is where you get a free trip, right?
Under 26, you can go for free if you're.
Because someone told me that even though I have a small percentage, I could still get a free trip if I say. Oh my
God! Here we go. Here we go.
It's 12%.
Did it say that in the Jewish Times when I bought you when you were sick? No, you have to be under 26.
That's not fair.
But I've never been, and so I was supposed to go pre-COVID. My friend Alina, her daughter was getting bat mitzvah there, and I'm like, well, I guess this is the opportunity. And then I lost my job, so I wasn't going to go. But then COVID happened anyway, so it never happened. That's when I told them that she should have a quinceañera instead, because she never got to have the bat mitzvah.
Oh, you have to say her bat mitzvah was canceled.
Yeah,
that's so sad.
I know. So I said, have a quinceañera. It'll be fun. I'll even dress up in the proper purple dress. I'll do it if you want to. And she was like, thought that was a great idea. But now that she is 15, she's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not embarrassing myself like that. But when she was 12, she's like, that's a great idea.
That's so funny.
DJ Eric Prince has a small percentage of Jewish blood in him too. Look at my last name, Prince. I don't get it. Is Prince like that? I don't know.
Think Prince is a particularly.
It's not a Jewish last name.
Yeah,
that's still very cool.
Oh, Carl, someone is trying to hit on me. You trying to? Yes, I am under. Yes, thank you.
Well, when you said you were going to Israel, are you going there for a reason, or you just said you had to?
Like, I feel like I should go.
Oh, yeah, no, I feel that way too.
Have you gone, Evelyn?
Sarah's sister lives there too. We could hang out with her. She always has a Sabbath dinner.
Her sister lives there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. She has how many sisters? 2?
2 and a stepsister.
Oh, my God. Someone wrote a whole paragraph.
Oh, my goodness. I see that now. But this is, I think it's a YouTube thing. Oh, no.
No. We can't do plugs. Sorry.
Yeah, but they mentioned my name. I think we should. Now, Evelyn's name was mentioned too.
Was it? Oh, we'll just at the top.
Yeah, it's a long plug. That's not cool.
I would like to plug
Raymond. Don't do that.
Yeah, but this Friday, get your tickets now to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
There's an Enchantment Under the Sea dance?
Yeah, November 12th. Everybody knows that. Marty
no one over the age of 12.
But that's where my parents meet and they fall in love. This is it. And they kiss at that date.
You're doing Back to the sign in the background.
But that's the date. Friday. November 12th. He goes back on November 5th, and it's a week later.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, that's why it's coming up this Saturday. The Enchantment Under the Sea dance. And it says be there or be square. Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Juskow.
That's where they meet. That's where they're supposed to meet in kids. The Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
The only date that I paid attention to in Back to the Future was in the one where he goes to the future and it says that the Cubs win the World Series in
2015.
And they didn't almost.
They almost made it. No, they almost.
They were close.
Yeah, I think they missed it just by a year, or was it 2 years?
Well, the Cubs won in 2016, but in 2015
so they missed it by a year.
Playoffs.
It was a major bummer. Everybody wanted them to win in 2015.
I know.
It would have been awesome.
It would have been
isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Wasn't that classic? And it was like a big joke in 1990. The Cubs win.
You know what I'm doing, because I am such a little Karen. I'm looking for this person on my Facebook page to block this plug. It's really evil of me. But I'm like, what? While you guys are talking, I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you do a plug like that long? I'm sorry.
Well, now I'm going to do that when Evelyn's reading the information from the podcast. That's when I usually go on Facebook and do all the stuff. So I'm going to do a big plug.
What are you going to plug? The Enchantment Under the Sea dance?
That's a great idea. Thank you. Well, we haven't sold enough tickets yet, but we have Marvin Berry, who is going to be playing, and it's going to be unbelievable. We couldn't get his brother Chuck or his cousin. But we got Marvin Berry. It's me, Marvin Berry. Listen to this.
Sorry, Raymond. You can't leave plugs like that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not that's not what we're doing here. Okay. But you seem like a really nice person. But
yeah, I remember that new sound you were looking for. I can't help. I don't know what's going on. Marty, is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull in the future?
That's pretty good impression.
I'm an old man. Look at me. I'm an old man. I do that to all my friends when I see them now. We haven't seen each other in years.
Okay, he's
Look
apologizing.
We're old men.
Oh, thank you for apologizing. That plug was an accident. I just meant to get you to stay okay. Okay, good intentions.
I'm confused. What happened?
He's basically apologizing.
Oh.
I went on a date this week, just so everyone
What?
knows.
I was just going to ask you that.
Wow.
I think you
What?
haven't
That
dated in a while, and I was thinking about it for some reason.
really?
Yeah,
You're
You're like,
worried
what's
about
my
my
dating life like?
I was. Well, I guess I was thinking about you today, knowing I was going to see you, and then I was like, "Geez, I wonder if she's been dating."
I did well, I didn't know if it was a date. It was like a friend that I haven't seen in a long time.
Mm,
And they may be watching, so I should be careful about what I say. But so I didn't know if it was. I think it was just a gather. Sometimes you just don't know. How do you
yeah.
know if it's a date? Like sometimes you
You
haven't seen
don't
a
know
person.
when we're this age. We don't know. I think
Why?
is
Why
where
is it this age?
I don't.
I
Well,
think
because
it's
that's
all
for
ages.
me. I can't. I just decided I have no idea anymore anyway, and it's probably not. But when I was Evelyn's age, I assumed everything was a date. Every single time.
I know. I feel like it's definitely like something young people my age experience too. They're like, I'm gonna go hang out with this person, and like I want it to be a date, but I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I hung out with this girl this week and I hadn't seen in a long time, but I have to assume of course it's not a date because I don't know.
What?
But
Wait.
but
How
but
do
I
you?
ended up buying her, drinks and dinner and everything, so then I never know, but I
That's a
can't help
date.
myself. Yeah, but I buy stuff for everybody because I feel bad, especially if they're younger.
It is
Or the
hard
older
to know,
person.
like, if you like someone and they go, "Let's go do this," and then you're out and you're like sitting there going, "Do we say it? Do I ask?" Like,
Yeah.
I appreciated this one guy who hit on me during the pandemic. He's an old friend of mine, and he FaceTimed me like really late at night, which I didn't appreciate because I did look like a runaway slave at the time. I'm not even gonna lie. I had braids. I was like, "Why are you FaceTiming me?" I was like, because we're friends. I didn't expect that. I was like, I didn't not answer it because we've been friends for a long time. But I said, "Do you see what I look?" He's like, "I don't care about that." And I was like, Obviously." And then we were talking. Then he goes, "And I'm hitting on you." And I was like,
Oh,
"But
Oh,
at
you
I
least
know
do
it's
what?
out there.
appreciate that.
I
Yeah.
appreciated that."
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah, that's
That's
good.
But he's always been he's not a comic, but he's always been one of the funniest people I've ever known. And he
Are you
goes,
talking about
"And
me?
well, you're up there." But he goes, "And I'm hitting on you." I go, "Oh." He goes, "Yeah, just letting you know. It's happening."
I appreciate that communication. Yeah, I mean, like when there are people that like I've been friends with that like I go out or like ask to be like, hey, like, do you want to like go and get like drinks or something? Like I always like clarify like it can be platonic or not. So just
Yeah,
just so to clarify, it's so much easier.
it is a good thing to say. Can I just clarify? Is this a date or are we just hanging out? Because the
Yeah.
guessing thing, I'm too old for guessing. And
That's what
at
I'm
this
saying.
age, I kind of do feel like I don't want to like waste any time, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. Dating at my age too is like you got to see if if they're in for the long haul, like if they could carry you at some point if you fall. You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna stick around when things go bad?
Mm,
Because they could go bad really quick. You
Yeah.
need someone who's gonna hang out, got good insurance, all of it.
yeah.
That's brilliant.
Let's see what the gas man said. I like to use different terms so someone doesn't get the wrong idea. I say get together and my lady friend until and if the relationship evolves. I don't know, man. Hey, gas man, which by the way, I hope you don't use that on the date.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I feel the same about FaceTime because I'm not photogenic and it hurts knowing how good looking I am in person. Oh God. Well, I will say I think there was a hug, we walked, we talked, we had a great conversation. But yeah, so that I'll leave it there cuz yeah, they're on my Facebook page and I don't want
I tell any girl I'm going out with to assume that all plans are soft until she receives confirmation from me 30 minutes beforehand. And they find this romantic? Well, I say it with a great deal of charm. No, that's from the American President. I'm still doing Michael J. Fox. I'm all Michael J. Fox all day today. I'm sorry. I can't help
I do
myself.
love Michael J. Fox.
Who doesn't? Oh my God.
So
I told
good.
you, I got to show you the pictures of me dressed like him all the time, like in college when I was obsessed with him, let alone registering as a Republican because of Michael J. Fox.
Are you serious? Because of Alex Keaton, like that character?
That's when I first started voting. Yeah. and I was all in on Michael J. Fox. I went to college. I used to dress up in a jacket and tie with a briefcase and go to class, but I wasn't as smart as him, so it backfired in many ways. But I was so obsessed with Alex P. Keaton.
That's a good character.
Can we talk about some of the news, like the guy who lied about being vaccinated? Like, what's his name?
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers? You mean the NFL?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
real.
what's that about?
It's messed up, and it's really bad. I mean, this guy, I don't understand. I mean, first of all, if you're a football fan, this could have been a great game, and now he's ruined it for everybody. But yeah, he just said he was, what is it, inoculated or something? Or something
He said he is immunized.
He lied.
Yeah.
And then he caught COVID, and he just ruined his whole team. He's already a mess for this season, and he hates being in Green Bay. And I don't know what the team is doing, but they've won 7 games in a row because he really is the man. And now he just like I don't know what's going on in that locker room, and I don't know how his teammates feel about him. But now he's like just keeps ruining their team and chances. It's really weird.
And then, like,
to lie like that, and then he went on a 15-minute rant about how he did the right thing. It's really strange.
The thing that like blows my mind is that
he compared himself to MLK.
He did, yeah. And then but he also like he asked Joe Rogan for medical advice.
Well, there
and
you go.
He like all these like people are so like in on like Joe. It's like Joe Rogan is not no one. Like he's not a doctor.
And also now that you mentioned the Joe Rogan, he had some sort of other thing he was taking for COVID.
Yeah, ivermectin, the horse medicine.
What the fuck is happening? I mean, how does he not get it? He seems very bright. I don't understand. It's very weird. It's a very strange story. And at least the NFL is not let. But, then the question is, how did people let him get away with it? How did all those reporters just not call him on it? Like, when they knew, but that's the thing. He's such a superstar in the NFL. They kind of let it happen.
Yeah.
When it's
I'm sure
clearly he was not vaccinated. Like, let me see your proof. What?
Yeah.
But
part of me wonders, like, did he like make a fake vax card, or did he just say he like was immunized?
I don't think he made a fake vax card, but he used different terminology to say. And you know what? I've come across this before, Marina and Evelyn. I don't know. I think I told you guys about 3 weeks ago. I went to this place. I'm not going to say the name of it. It's an unbelievable chicken wing place. And I saw the owner, and I've known him for years.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Are you vaccinated?" And he goes, "Yes and no." And I'm like, "Well, what the fuck does that mean?" And I was with my friend Lee, who, is like, "What is he talking about?" And he goes, "Well, I went to get the vaccination, and then they always have to say just before they jab, you're like, 'Do you want this vaccination?' And I said, 'No, not really.' And they just threw it away. And then I left.
I've heard about this.
Oh, you have? So yeah, so he's not vaccinated.
No.
Right. I mean, just say you're not vaccinated. So what are you beating around the bush? You're kind of lying about it. And my friend Lee was kind of appalled because they're working together. And own it. Say, I'm not getting, like Kyrie Irving, I mean, it's bad, but he's like, "No, I'm not getting vaccinated. Go screw yourself."
Can we answer Q's question? How do they know he lied if you can still get COVID if you get the vax?
I don't think there's any record of him getting vaccinated.
Yeah, there's no record, and he didn't say he
was.
Yeah, and he went on a rant saying he was immunized. So
immunized, that's the word I was looking for. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes, immunized, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Look at this. Now this is sad because this person, Andrew, is from it's been a while, but I think you're from Andrew is from, where is he from? Kenya. And how guys be playing with the vaccine over there, yet we here have been waiting on the list for like 5 months. Yes.
Like for a vaccine?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, there's places where people are begging for it. Kenya, thank you, Andrew.
Wow.
Yeah, begging for the vaccine, and there are people who go in to get the vaccine and say they got it, but they don't shoot it in their arm, and then they just waste it.
Yeah. That's a thing.
That's a thing.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
God, that's so awful. Mm-hmm. That is so awful to waste it. When you just said Andrew is like sitting there waiting for it, or his whatever he is. I mean, that's worse than you could possibly imagine. Throwing it out in the trash.
It's selfish.
Oh my God.
Yeah, really is.
It's on a level of selfish, and lying is part of it.
Lying is the worst.
And I think like you said, Juskow, own it. Own
Right?
it.
If you're not going to get vaccinated, just say, like my brother-in-law, unfortunately, it's bad that he's not vaccinated, but at least he's like, I'm not getting vaccinated. What are you going to do?
Yeah, because like if someone's lying about it, it's like you clearly know you should be vaccinated and that you're doing something wrong.
Did I tell you what happened to me 2 weeks ago? I think maybe.
Well,
Or
wait, let me read this real
sorry.
quick. Kobina, in Ghana, there's a database of everyone who's vaccinated, so one status can always be
I feel like
verified.
is it not that way here? Because how do you have those cards then and stuff, right?
But
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
so like it seems like with the database, like it'd be a lot harder to like hack into it and like lie. Because like not all places have Excelsior Pass.
Right. I
So
don't
you
have
can
it.
just like
I don't
fake.
have it. I have my regular card, which is
Yeah.
falling apart. But I went to a restaurant, I guess last Friday, and the guy looked at it and he's like, "No, you only have one sticker." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine." And he didn't know what it was.
Oh my
And I'm like,
oh
God.
"What?"
no,
It's
he
it's a
didn't know
one.
what it.
No. And then I said to myself, I'm like, well, this guy's obviously an idiot. But then I guess no one came to the West Village getting the Johnson & Johnson like all day. We were there at midnight. So he was checking those all day and like he didn't see anyone that had the Johnson. I'm the only idiot that got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Meanwhile, I'm going to get that Moderna booster and then I'll be
Yeah, you'll
unstoppable.
be invincible.
Yeah.
Well,
That's just how
in
they
New
say.
York right now, I don't know if you've all noticed, but people are like, they've let it. They're like triple vaxxed and ready to go, and they're like, you know what? If you don't want to be vaccinated and maskless and hanging out inside, we've got theater going again. We've got
Yeah.
concerts going again. People are moving on.
Yeah. And now
Yeah.
that they have that pill, maybe it's over.
What
What
pill?
pill?
Oh,
They
the
just,
one that makes you feel good once you get the COVID.
yeah. Well,
It makes you feel a little better. Cuts it in half.
Yeah.
yeah. Wait, was it? I don't remember.
But the thing about that pill is you still don't know about the long haul of even getting,
Yeah.
that's the thing that people like the children are getting vaccinated now. So you have some mothers who don't want their kids getting vaccinated. And they're saying like, had this on the news today. They're like, we don't know what the effects of this in 10 years. I'm like, I'm sorry. Do you not know the history of vaccinations?
Right.
Like,
Right.
like
Marina,
my
I was just
God.
talking to somebody our age the other day, or yesterday, where we just all we talk about is that how we used to get the polio shot when we were young, and it wiped out polio. And
Yeah.
then when people started with this unvaccination crap, it came back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same with like the measles.
Right. Exactly. And they have all these wonderful things to get rid of these diseases. And then there's crazy people who don't seem to get it. Meanwhile, that's what I was going to say. Eric Adams, who just became the mayor or will on January 1st, says he's not changing the mandate because they thought for Kyrie Irving for the Nets,
Yeah.
that maybe this new mayor would change it, but he's not changing. I'm surprised. I thought he might.
I will say the guy who ran against him, what's his name?
Curtis Lewa.
He's crazy. And I kind of
Go
He's
ahead.
17 cats. And did you see the photo of him trying to get into the polling place with one of his cats?
He tried to I kind of like that.
It's a really funny photo.
He also he's kind of crazy. Like he got hit by a cab.
Yeah.
But didn't talk about it. Like if you're running for mayor, you should then make that part of your campaign because I think everyone in New York is upset about like reckless driving and reckless bikers on the sidewalk and all that stuff. And I'm like, you didn't talk about it. You just were like, I'm fine, I'm good. He had his arm in a sling and a cat in the other. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah. The funny thing about Eric Adams that I will say is I love the storyline of whether or not he actually lives in New Jersey. I think it's so funny. And like the tour he took people on and like the tour he took people on in his the apartment he allegedly lives in, which like clearly he does not actually live there. It's just peak like weird news.
Eric Adams, by the way, our podcast. So a lot of people often ask me why I do this on Saturday on YouTube Live. And just to reiterate, this is a preview and a review of the podcast, of the Friends Like Us podcast. And I want to recommend if you're a fan of mine, to make sure you check out the Friends Like Us podcast. We have a really great episode out this week with the Gossiping Heifers, which I love. I love that it's two sisters, and that's the title of their show. It's called The Gossiping Heifers, and they are so. It's like Yamanika times 3. And they are
That's
so
a
funny
heifers.
on this week's. We had a little bit of a glitch where the Apple podcast had some type of like problem where they didn't up, but it's free, it's good. Listen to it. It's 2 hours long. You can vacuum, clean your house, whatever, but definitely check it out. And we've been killing it because the week before we had Roy Wood Jr.'s partner Salome Monet, who is an entrepreneur. We had Africa Miranda, who is also an entrepreneur, and we had oh my god, I was on a roll. Anna Child, what is it?
Is it Gilchrist?
Gilchrist, thank you.
Yeah.
Who is the author of children's book, for children of color. So, I do this podcast really to promote, comedians of color, specifically women of color in comedy. Evelyn, who is here, has been my assistant forever. That's why she's on here on YouTube Live. Juskow is just
but she's not colored.
But she helped because you know what? She's an ally. Juskow, on the other hand, is just here.
He's an example of what
I just show up. She doesn't even give me the link. I have to find it like on my own.
So
and every week I do.
Well, I emailed you again because I think I had the wrong link. But that's why we do this, okay? So I just wanted to cut in and say that's why. There was another reason.
The heifers. Are they big women? Is that the gag? I mean, I'm asking.
No, heifers is like back in the day. I don't know. I used to always say it as a joke.
Yeah, it used to mean a big.
Hey, heifer. It was like an enduring term. Eric Prince, you can like why do we say it? Like Eric Prince could probably say reasons why more because he's like from that generation. But I used to always say that. I was like, hey, heifer, what you doing, heifer? And they said they came up with the term because they're sisters and they would say it like that to each other. And they were drunk one night and the sister said, we should do a podcast. She go, heifer, what you talking about, heifer? So that's how they came up with it.
So they are not overweight or anything like that. That's what I thought. I thought that's what that meant.
No, it's more of like it's just like a fun way, like what up, bitch, kind of like that.
Because that used to be a rather derogatory term against women. She's a heifer.
Oh, thank you, Stace. You like the flute? Oh, thank you for liking them. Actually, Evelyn, can you take us into the reviews?
Yes, I have them.
Andrew just gave you the greatest compliment of all time, Evelyn. I wish I could get. Can I get that one? Evelyn is black by force. Nice.
Oh. You have to be more of an ally to get that. But yeah, so I pulled some reviews from Apple Podcasts. These are a little old, but still very relevant. So everyone listening, please, if you listen to the podcast, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars, and tell us what you think. But yeah, the first one said, amazing 5 stars. Friends Like Us is a must listen to anyone who feels that their stories are not being told. And then let's see, we have 5 stars. And this one is from Lil Cherry Bomb, who says, real perspectives, less BS. Marina Franklin's Friends Like Us brings you a variety of perspectives from women of color in ways that are unapologetically real, and I love it. And then from GChild91, who said, one of my favorite podcasts, 5 stars, very honest conversation. I love it. Each host and guest have plenty of knowledge to drop. Listeners, you will not be disappointed.
Marina, why don't you just go back to doing comedy? I mean, what is this?
Someone just canceled my
Turo card. Funny.
You know what? Shut your trap. So Lois did reply. She sent a picture of him.
Oh, Timothy Dalton. No, that's Pierce Bronson.
Oh, she's talking about Pierce.
He's so handsome. He was amazing.
She's talking about Pierce Bronson.
He's awesome.
He's from Louth,
He was a horrible
Ireland.
James Bond, but he's good in everything else because he was James Bond.
Louth, Ireland. And then she Drogheda County.
Bye, Carl. See you next week.
See you, Carl.
Carl Carlson.
So anyone who's out there who rents cars, I just want you to know this.
Man, I am out there.
They are very expensive right now. And there's this other option you have, which is called Turo, Turo. And what happens is I'm going to California for Thanksgiving because I do that. And instead of renting a car, Turo is a great option.
What's
the guy just get this. It's like Airbnb for cars.
What?
Whoa.
And it's cheaper it is actually cheaper than renting. But here's the thing. Sometimes they will cancel on you, which this motherfucker just did.
Oh, that's not good. Wait, why are you going to? You always go to California for Thanksgiving?
Always. Pretty much. The only time I didn't go was one year. My cousin was just not doing it, but he's a chef.
Ooh.
And he's won awards for his brisket.
I didn't want to say anything. I'm not doing anything on Thanksgiving, and
You're not invited.
Come on. Wait, you're driving out there?
No, I'm flying, and then I fly to LA. He lives in Ventura.
Oh, and then you're renting a car. But are you sure I'm not invited? And I'm only saying because I feel like maybe I could wear you down.
I'm pretty sure.
Evelyn, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? I can hang out with you.
Well, I'll be with my parents.
That's fine.
So
actually, you're welcome to come, Juskow, seriously, if you want to.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to do this year. As you know, I don't know if I want to go over my sister's house with my unvaccinated brother-in-law, even though he's a great cook, because that ain't cool.
Yeah.
Evelyn, are you trying to go to Evelyn's house? What were you saying? I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, I was trying to find out whether her mother cooked.
I will be in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Both my parents cook.
Great.
Yeah. My parents are, I think, about your age, so.
Oh, great. Is this a date? Should we?
My girlfriend will also be there. Yeah.
And your parents are happily married, or?
Yeah. 32.
I don't know what to do this year. I really don't know what to do.
Her dad is hot, by the way.
Go to my sisters, and my brother-in-law is a good cook, but I don't know if I want to be with them this year.
I know it's a really strange thing. I went home to Chicago. I'm not sure. I could tell someone's not vaccinated. Someone doesn't believe in the vaccination. I have just recently let it go with people because I'm not going to fight that. I'm done fighting the battle and trying to convince people about the vaccination. I'm like, you know what? Whatever you want to believe at this point, it's FDA regulated. I don't know. You know, there were people who were saying it's not FDA regulated and they would wait. And then when it was, they still didn't want to get the vaccine. So at this point, I don't know what to tell you. You're stubborn. You're hard headed. That's on you. And that's your business. And I don't have nothing to do with it. And I don't want to get involved with it anymore. I'm moving on.
DJ Eric Prince invited me over for Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Oh, and his wife can cook too.
Oh, really?
Au revoir, Anthony. Yeah, we have to leave soon too.
What?
Bye.
Where are you going?
Bonsoir.
I have nothing to do today. I was just going to take a nap.
No, I
Evelyn, what are you doing tonight? Are you performing?
Dance.
Evelyn, are you performing?
Not today. I might have something early next week, but I can't talk about it quite yet.
I meant tonight.
Oh, tonight? No.
You want to come over? I got video games.
No, I am not allowing
tonight. Actually, we're having a friend over for dinner.
There would be nothing better than you and I taking a picture together that we were together and sending it to Marina. She's like, no, I am not letting this happen. Right.
I do like arcade games.
You do, because I have another one I was just putting together. And they just came out with Terminator 2 at that arcade 1-up now, which is, I don't have any money, but if I did, I would totally get it. This place it's cheap. It's like $4.99 or something for these arcades. That's pretty cheap.
That's pretty cheap.
We're
waiting the next season. Oh, you can't see me?
No, we couldn't hear you for a second. Now we can.
Oh, that's because I opened this thing that's, if you eagerly are waiting the next season of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, recently renewed for a second installation on Disney Plus, be aware there's apparently one big casting cut. It's Emilio Estevez who won't be reprising his role because of vaccination. Vaccination.
He's one of those guys?
Which is crazy. It's like
so is Ice Cube. Ice Cube.
Yeah.
I
saw that it was like Emilio Estevez would rather like get all those kids sick than
that. And also like I said, my sister got the vaccination just so she could be in shows. It's like, why you'd think Emilio Estevez would just be like, well, I don't want to give this is the first work I've had in 30 years. I mean, wow, that's commitment. Just like Kyrie Irving. Is. I mean, these guys are serious. I don't understand. What is
in New York City? Look at the number of cops and firemen who recently got vaccinated because they would have lost their job and they're now vaccinated. Now,
it was like a whole thing. They're like, they're going to be thousands of people, and really, it was only 34 that ended up not getting vaccinated and being put on leave.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't understand. I mean,
You're not cool if you're not vaccinated. That's what we're saying, folks.
and also, it ain't cool to be no jive turkey so close to Thanksgiving.
As long as you don't do the voice, that's all I care about.
Well, yeah, that's from Trading Places. So, and it's the time of the year where I'm allowed to say it again. So I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Raymond, would you do something that you did not want to do that could possibly kill you simply because a world full of strangers are doing it? And I don't know what you're talking about, Raymond.
I think he's anti-vax.
Okay, Raymond, if you're anti-vax, good for you. Or if you're anti-this vax, good for you. I'm not arguing and I'm not debating with you. I have the belief that this vaccination, I've talked to many professionals. My uncle's a doctor. I believe in this one. So, end of story on this show. But you have a right to feel the way you feel. Just be safe and definitely still wear your mask because this virus is still out there. So be very careful. Don't relax.
Well, as you know, I went to my first show, the Broadway show. I was afraid to do it, but we went with Sarah's thing, and we all had to wear masks, and it sucks. But
you had to wear a mask?
Yeah, the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Raymond's like, I still want to be your friend. Raymond, I'm not mad at you. Like I said, I've let it go. People who don't want to look, I went home and my sister, and she knows this. I was like, you're one of those under the nose mask wearers. You pull that mask above your nose.
Who does it? Your sister?
My sister.
Oh my God, it doesn't do anything when you do that.
I was like, I see it. It's under your nose. Pull it up. She's like, Marina, pull it above the nose. This is the simple thing of not understanding what this virus is. It comes from your nose.
Yeah, and your nose and mouth are connected.
Both. People don't understand things. AstraZeneca is upcoming with a vaccine. Oh, I'm saying I'm done. I'm good. I got Pfizer. I'm good, yo. Yeah. I didn't even look when I went into CVS. I didn't even mean to get the booster. I was shopping and they just got my ass. I was like, they're like, you're vaccinated, girl.
I hope you're doing that on stage.
I am. Oh, I just figured I'd throw in a little
brilliant.
A little good joke for you. That's good. I feel so bad last night. The guy who was hosting at the show at the Cellar, I got his name wrong. And I was like, oh no.
What's his name? I just stopped going there. I'm not
Sergio. And I said Dino, which is a different Latino comic.
Oh.
And I feel so awful. I was like, why did I do that? Oh my God, I gotta apologize. Well, anyway, we gotta go, guys.
Thank you for a pleasant
Look,
afternoon.
Juskow is sad. Look how sad Juskow got.
I don't have anything to do. I would like this to go until about 10 o'clock.
You never play Fortnite?
No.
Do you have a computer where you could play Fortnite?
Yeah, I bought a gaming computer. We've talked about this before. I bought a very powerful gaming computer.
So why don't you play Fortnite? Do you want me to set you up?
Because I have heard playing with you guys is terrifying.
No,
Yamanika and Mateo are scary, and I've heard that it would not be a fun experience for me.
If you play with me, it's okay.
If I played with you one-on-one, I would do that. I would like to do that.
I'll set you up so we could play because I play quite often.
Okay.
The thing I also want to get away from it and start playing I want to play Spider-Man, which came out last year.
Oh yeah, I would like that very much.
Yes, but Fortnite is actually you would enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and we can actually go on video with it.
I just don't want Yamanika and Mateo to yell at me.
No, you won't play with them. You'll play with. They do take it serious. Mateo takes it very serious, but the last couple of times I've played with Mateo, he got killed, and me and the other guy, his friend, I forget his name, we both won both times. I could tell it was getting to Mateo because Mateo builds. You can build in this game, and Mateo's like an artist, so he's building, and I'm like, I'm about just taking people out, just killing them, you know. And it's all strategy, but I've gotten actually pretty good at it, so it'd be fun. I'll show you how to play it. You got I'll send you some of the links.
Cool. I would like that very much.
Now we want to go out on what you're doing next, Evelyn. You kind of hinted at it. You know, you talked about your interviews, but is there anything else too that you got going on?
Yeah, I'll be doing I don't have the date set for it yet, but I will be doing another show at the Broadway Comedy Club upcoming, so I will post about that on my Twitter, which recently was verified, so that's fun.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm a notable freelance journalist.
I'm not even verified on
Yeah, that's
Twitter.
amazing.
Yeah, I think a mistake was made, but
No, but it's
it's
like I
good.
keep trying to get verified. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, how are you
You
not
can
verified?
Not verified.
you can request it now. That's how I did it.
I thought they were not taking requests anymore.
No, they are. They recently started doing it again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
But
might as
yeah,
well
you
give
should
it a
definitely
try.
be verified. But yeah, so I'll post about it on there.
That's the most
And
exciting news I've ever heard. I mean, I wish I was kidding, but right, Marina? It's like that's
it's
unbelievable.
exciting. Yeah, and then next week, actually, I won't be able to be on the stream because I have the Onion workshop.
Oh, that's right.
That I'll be doing
Congratulations
next
on that.
weekend. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And then might have a show, maybe doing a guest spot on a show early this week. So again, you can check out my Twitter at Evelyn G Frick. I'll post about any spots that I'm doing there.
Cool. Congratulations on
thank
all that.
you.
And we'll miss you next Saturday.
I know.
Well, that'll mean I guess I can talk more.
No, I
As
think
if you don't
oh.
talk over me when I'm on.
All right, Juskow, and what about you?
I have my Tuesday night show at 6:00 on the Comedy Cellar nightly channel, the Comedy Cellar football show at 6:00 this week. We have Mike Vecchione and Dave Landau. If you don't know him, he is an unbelievable comic. And then the week after that, we have a little known person named Marina Franklin and Brian Scott McFadden. So that'll be fun.
Oh, Brian. Good.
Otherwise, the Nightfly podcast every week.
I love Brian. I once saw him on my way to Stand Up New York, but he wasn't at the club. He was at a bus stop just sitting there.
He's a strange guy, but he is an unbelievable stand-up comic. This guy is like what you say when you see a professional doing a job. You know, it's not like he like Marina or Sarah or people who are just like have this special way about it. This is a guy who knows how to do stand-up comedy as a professional, and it's fascinating watching him work.
Yes.
He kills it all the time. And it's not like, I think that's why people don't know. It's not like with Marina, has here's Marina Franklin's material. He just, whatever he's saying is funny, but he's just a pro, but it's nothing special that nobody's ever heard before. I don't want to be rude. I mean, it really is exciting to watch him work. Every time I see it, it's great.
Yeah. And when he was at that bus stop, I was like, what is he doing? And I was like, are you okay?
Yeah, he's a strange guy. He's a regular dude. The
roof of the ceiling was off and he had to hang out somewhere. So it was at a bus stop. I was like, but it's great to have both of you here. For me, Marina Franklin, always go to my website, marinayfranklin.com. And also I will try to highlight, you can see me on the last OG this season.
Oh.
I don't know which episode I'm on, but if you're not watching the last OG, you could check me out. I'm in a really good, funny scene on the last OG.
Nope, that takes up the Big Bang Theory time, so I do not watch that.
You can it's always reruns all the time.
But that's why
this
the
is
Big
not
Bang
about
Theory
you.
Is
but it's always reruns. But I'm on the last OG, and this week I'll be filming some other stuff that'll come out. I'll talk about that later. But keep following me, okay? Because I'm vaccinated, and so I will be on the road soon. So keep up with me at marinayfranklin.com. Don't forget, another way to keep up with me is by listening to my podcast, The Friends Like Us, which is the reason we do this right here on YouTube, the Friends Like Us podcast, which, by the way, we went up like 7,000 listeners last month. So I know we're doing well. You would do so well by listening to it. We have really smart guests, comics, people who know.
You're saying you went up once I started joining the Saturday show, is what you're basically.
People who know what they're talking about.
Not Juskow.
So, and then you just go to my website, marinayfranklin.com. And please make sure you wash your hands, you get vaccinated, you wear your mask the right way, and wear it if you need to, if you're inside. and you're not vaccinated, definitely wear your mask over your nose. And don't forget, Black Lives Matter.
That ought to hold the little bastards for a while. It works every time.
I didn't hang up yet.
Oh, how embarrassing.